Classic rock band.
Good up in Westchester.
Okay, so I'm here with the man, the coach of the second grade Kings Knights team, Mr. Tom Platter, it's really interesting because I was watching my daughter cheer for Kings, and all of a sudden I saw him being the coach. I had no clue that he was the coach and that his son was on the team, and it's been 20 years since I've seen Mr. Platter here. Tell me about the experience of coaching these kids.
You know, it's a great experience. To be honest, I coached my older son in football and basketball and some other things, but then my middle son, who's now 7 in second grade, decided he wanted to play football, and they didn't have a coach, so I said, okay, I'll be the head coach, and it's actually been one of the most rewarding and fun things I've ever done. Kids that age, we started in first grade last year, and the kids that age, they don't know anything. You got to go back to basics. I mean, they don't know how to get in a stance. They don't know what hole is what hole. They don't know anything. They don't know positions. So you got to start from the basics, and you got to teach them how to get in a stance. You got to teach them from the beginning of doing everything. So it's really neat because at that point you don't have any bad habits because they don't have any habits at all. You basically have to teach them everything from scratch, and you can start with a clean slate. And to be honest, my goal last year in first grade was everybody that was their first year playing. My goal was to have every kid come back the next year and want to play again. As long as they had enough fun and they wanted to come back, I was going to be happy. Last year we ended up winning every game but one, so I think that made it a little easier. But every kid came back, every single kid, and then we added 9 more. So we got 30 kids, so it's kind of like herding cats sometimes in second grade, but for the most part, you know, every kid came back, so that was the neatest thing about it.
Obviously, you guys had a great season last year, which is very impressive considering it was like your first year coaching football. Although it doesn't really surprise me because you were, MVP back in the day for Deer Park when we were both running backs, and so you know your football. You know, you grew up in it all your life. But obviously, a lot of that is also because the other coaches as well, huh? And the parents. So tell me about these other coaches real quick.
Well, I mean, like I said, we've got a great group of parents. We've got a great group of coaches. It's all volunteer work, so nobody's paid. And everybody's out there doing this because they like kids and they want to help coach these kids and get these kids to play the best that they possibly can. So, I mean, I've got 6 other coaches, and we've got 30 kids. So having that many kids, you need a lot of coaches and you need a lot of help. And the six other coaches that I've got are absolutely wonderful. It's a great, Little League anything, you can always have either parents that are difficult or, you coaches that want to coach for the wrong reasons. Well, all these coaches that help me coach we're all coaching for the right reason. We're out there because we want the kids to do well. We're not out there because we want our kid to succeed. It's all about the team, and it's a great team and a great group of coaches and a great group of parents.
Yeah, that's awesome. Sycamore's game yesterday, I got there as an ambulance was leaving, and unfortunately, their quarterback, your main star, Luke, right? Yep. He broke his wrist, I guess?
He broke his wrist in 2 places. Just one of those freak accidents where he was, it's football, so you can always get hurt, but it's one of those accidents to where it really wasn't a hard hit or anything. He was just falling backwards, and he put his hand down behind him to brace himself. And it turned out it wasn't his wrist, his forearm snapped in both bones. So both bones snapped. Like I said, it wasn't a hard hit or anything. It was just a freak accident. So he's going to be gone for the season. We missed him a lot yesterday, and we're going to miss him the rest of the year. But the nice thing that happened following that, I guess the silver lining was at halftime I talked to the kids, and they were all worried that, hey, our best player just got hurt and we're done. There's no way we can beat this team, and we were down by 6 at the time, and for second graders to come back and after talking to them, saying, look, we're a team. We're not just one person. For second graders to come back and decide that they were going to go out and win that game for Luke. In the second half, we put a kid that's never played quarterback in, and like I said, it's second grade. They're 7 years old. It's kind of hard to expect them really to do anything, but those kids showed a lot of heart, and we came back and won the game, and it was, it showed me a lot for 7 years old to come out and do what they did yesterday after losing their best player that's carried them through last year and the beginning of this year.
Yeah. Well, that does say a lot, and they're growing as human beings because of mentorship like you and some of the other coaches and just a sport. I
learned a lot. I mean, I played Little League football from the time I was 6 up through high school and even into college, and I learned most of my life lessons from playing Little League football. You learn a lot, you learn discipline, and you learn a lot about life in general. And I'm hoping these kids are learning the same thing.
And folks, when I was a scrub for Deer Park's football team back in the day when I was a sophomore, first year playing, and he was a starter, and in practice I had to try to tackle him, I learned a lesson not to try to tackle him. Yeah, I learned to stay away from him or get run over. Tom, thanks so much, sir. You're doing a great job.
Chuck, I appreciate it. And, keep up the good work you're doing. You're doing a good job for the community.
Well, thank you. I am Chuck Land with Landen News. Like us on Facebook. Thank you so much.